Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series where we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 81st episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as well as the 21st episode of Season 2 titled Zedd's Monster Mash. Before we get into it, the most shocking part of this episode is that it actually aired on October 28th, 1994. I know! At the youth center, there's a community Halloween program happening where parents are dropping off their kids for chaperones to take them trick-or-treating. Then we see Billy and Kim. Billy is dressed as some sort of mad scientist while Kimberly is some sort of jester. They then start talking about this upcoming peace conference and they talk about how cool it would be to be picked to be on that. And Billy brings up a good point. What would happen to the Ranger team? Good thing we'll never know. A mom drops off her daughter, saying that she's so happy that her children are safe in the hands of random teenagers because clearly, mom is gonna go home and guzzle a bottle of hooch before they have to come back. Tommy then comes in dressed as an authentic butt pirate, talking about how Jason is off screen, picking up Trini and Zach. Clearly from the unemployment line. Ernie makes a cameo as a mob boss before we see that Zedd is really into Halloween. Goldar says that they should send down monsters to infiltrate the Angel Grove party, and Zedd says no, we're throwing our own party. And he plans to target Tommy because of course. At the youth center, Bulk and Skull come in dressed as Roman soldiers, and they start saying that whole trick or treat, smell my feet thing, but Tommy freaks out like they're about to say something about shoving their private candy down a child's throat. Bulk eats Red Hots and freaks out, dunking his head in the apple bobbing tank, coming up with an apple in his mouth. Zedd disguises putties as children to lure away the White Ranger, which sounds pedophilic as hell. Go, my child monsters! Show some leg to reel in that one long-haired boy. They show up dressed as the Power Rangers who had just come from a horrible fire that apparently melted their faces. Tommy is their chaperone and leaves with them. But then, Bulk and Skull realize that the Power Rangers may be able to shrink. So they should see if any of these children are the real Rangers. What? Zedd is getting a metal boner about the Dark Dimension Bash before we see that the kids are trick-or-treating at a solid 11 a.m. Bulk and Skull show up, ripping a little girl's helmet off, who then uses silly string to fend off the two before a woman beats them with a broom. Bulk and Skull sit on the curb eating random candy that they find. They yell help for no reason to see if some children dressed as Rangers will help them, but nope. Zedd then reiterates his plan for like the 9th time. Tommy and his troop of children are targeted by Goldar, and the children turn into putties, attacking him. Thank God Jason David Frank is an amazing martial artist, or else Tommy would have had nothing going for him. Then Goldar transports them all away for us to see a key monster. He uses the master key to lock the dark dimension. Now Tommy's in a spooky graveyard before he's attacked by a tombstone monster who steals his morpher before Robo-Goat and Pumpkin Wrapper show up too. Rough day to be Tommy. Kim and Billy ask Ernie if he's seen Jason, Zach, and Trini, who are apparently at the elementary school. Billy says all the children are accounted for, and Kim says, well, what about those kids that Tommy's with then? And they try to contact Tommy to no avail. They then teleport to the command center where Zordon says, yeah, he's definitely kidnapped. And Billy asks why he hasn't morphed, and Kim says, his morpher is missing. Way to assume, Kim. Tommy keeps fighting the monsters, showing that he doesn't need a morpher most of the time when Billy and Kim nail down where Tommy is. So they'll go help Tommy because Jason, Trini, and Zach are busy with the other children. They morph to the scene. The Tombstone Monsters says that there are some party crashers when Kim just flies through the air before Billy gets the morpher back, yelling, here, catch! And then he just throws it onto the ground. My God. Tommy morphs. Now it's time to go through the monster suit racks at Saban's offices. First up is Premator. Then Rhino Blaster. Next is the Invincible Flytrap. Then Snizzard. At the command center, Alpha says that they're outnumbered and they need the other Rangers, which is a whole lot of BS. But Zordon tells Alpha to go take care of the children so that Jason, Zach, and Trini can help the others. They teleport in before Zedd makes Pumpkin Wrapper grow, which causes the 5 Rangers to call out their Thunderzords, forming the Thunder Megazord before Tommy calls out the White Tigerzord, converting it immediately to Warrior mode. In a spliced together fight, the 2 Megazords fight against the Pumpkin Wrapper before Pumpkin Wrapper just tosses random pumpkins at them, knocking them down. They then call out the Thunder Saber, carving this pumpkin into nothingness. At the youth center, Tommy, Billy, and Kim talk about how successful their chaperoning was before Bulk and Skull come in with upset stomach aches, and Candy just makes them turn turn green and the three laugh, whatever, the end. This episode's rough, but it's almost like comically rough. Jason, Zach, and Trini don't appear in this episode at all, and they're not even hand-waved at the end for their absence. I have to applaud the writers for basically filling an entire 20-minute episode with almost nothing, while still being a bit entertaining, and seeing Tommy fight Unmorph was kinda cool. Other than that, it's clear that there was turmoil behind the scenes during this episode. It makes me sad, but it is what it is. Will next time get any better? Until then, may the power protect you.